There's a moment in almost every successful entrepreneur's life when a quiet question begins to whisper in the back of their mind. Is this really what I'm meant to do for the rest of my life? Not because the job is terrible, not because the paycheck is bad, but because something inside you knows you're capable of building more. I remember sitting at my office desk years ago, staring at the same spreadsheet I had opened every morning for the past 3 years. The coffee was hot, the office was comfortable, and the salary was stable, yet something felt strangely empty. From the outside, everything looked like success, but inside, I felt like I was renting my time. And that's when I realized something important about the 9-to-5 job. A job is not a prison, unless you stay there after it has finished teaching you what you needed to learn. You see, most people think quitting a job is about courage, but in reality, it's about timing and clarity. Quitting too early can destroy your stability. Quitting too late can slowly destroy your dreams. So the real question is not, should I quit? The real question is, when is the right time? Over the years, building businesses and working with entrepreneurs around the world, I noticed something interesting. There are 3 quiet signals that tell you the time may be approaching. The first signal is when you've stopped growing where you are. In the beginning, jobs are incredible teachers. They show you discipline, structure, teamwork, and how businesses actually operate. But there comes a point when the lessons start repeating themselves. You're no longer learning, you're simply maintaining. Growth is one of the deepest human needs. When it disappears, motivation slowly fades with it. The second signal is when your side vision starts pulling harder than your job. Many people dream about entrepreneurship, but dreams alone are not enough. What matters is when you begin building something real outside of work. Maybe it's a small online business. Maybe it's investing. Maybe it's a project that wakes you up earlier than your alarm. When that small seed begins to grow, pay attention to it. Because sometimes your future starts as a quiet side project. And the third signal, the most important one, is when your preparation meets opportunity. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is quitting emotionally. They have a bad day, a difficult boss, or a stressful meeting, and suddenly they decide, I'm done. But building a new life requires more than emotion. It requires preparation, savings that give you breathing room, skills that create income beyond a paycheck, and a plan that turns risk into a calculated move instead of a desperate leap. When I finally left my job, it wasn't dramatic. There was no anger, no grand speech, just clarity. I had saved enough to survive, my small side business was already producing income, and most importantly, I knew what I was walking toward, not just what I was walking away from. That's when I learned a powerful truth. Quitting your job should never be about escaping something. It should be about stepping into something bigger. Because the truth is, a job can be one of the greatest tools in your journey if you use it wisely. It can fund your dreams, teach you valuable skills, introduce you to mentors and opportunities. But eventually, there comes a moment when the training wheels must come off. And when that moment arrives, you'll feel it not as panic, but as calm certainty. A quiet voice saying, you're ready. So if you're watching this today and wondering whether you should quit your 9-to-5 job, take a breath and ask yourself 3 simple questions. Am I still growing where I am? Am I building something meaningful outside of my job? And am I preparing myself for the life I want to step into? If the answers are starting to shift, then maybe you're closer than you think. Because leaving a job isn't the real victory. The real victory is building a life where your time belongs to you. And when that day comes, you won't just feel successful, you'll feel free.